TA can tempo, but giving Ame your 18 pick in a game where you're setting him up pretty well,
Yep.
I'd be pretty happy if I'm XG.
What are the big offlaners, though, to deal with the anti-mage, right? There's Night Stalker, there's Slardar, there's Axe, right? Blink Blade Mail, Happy Days.
Night Stalker's already out.
Yeah, yep.
LC, Huskar if you're Falcons.
That's
Falcons,
true.
yeah.
We'll see. On the other side, we are, of course, looking for the bans. The BB team will do, mostly also for XXS, assuming that the Shaker's going mid. Do you still want to place the Shaker mid with the Storm there? Or you want to rotate him?
You definitely can. I think there's not a real issue with doing it. I mean, the good thing is you have the choice. I'm trying to think. So you know that the TA is safe lane. I think a different hero would pressure the TA more.
I think for XG, Shaker goes mid, find the offlaner, right? Create tempo, like you're saying, pressure that TA. Shaker will go 50-50 with Storm. It's whatever, right? Storm will hit some creep, you play for Rune, life goes on. But I think if you shut down the TA, if you bring life, and also it's an independent offlaner around minute 4-5, if things are to be tri-laning into anti-mage, take some fight there, you can free up your support. So I think a sturdy offlaner is critical for XG.
I'm kind of trying to think of what that would be, because a lot of the heroes that I could think about that kind of like own TA quite hard in lane, or heroes I would like, they don't like Oracle too much. Like some, Darkseer would be kind of cool, you get a lot of auras, it's cool stuff for you, but Oracle makes that a lot harder.
They do so long to ban out the Shrek.
I wonder if they could do something like take away one of the anti-mage counters by picking it themselves, because they get the pick out of the ban phase, right?
Like a Slardar?
Yeah, so instead of banning Slardar, you take Slardar. That could be something.
If they feel like that there's 3 heroes in total that really ruin you, and if you take those out, you secure his game, that's an option.
I'm going to go for a hero suggestion, but please tell me if you don't like it. Don't just hype me up.
Will do.
Brewmaster XG. Chill off lane, you can be relatively independent, you just send in the clones, you kind of delay the game, you're anti-early game skirmish, you buy time. We don't see it too much, but with the Shaker, the Brew, so much team fight control, Arme will be the shining star of the draft eventually.
It is. It's like an OG counter into Oracle, because you find the backline, you can lift up the hero, you have like the overall rotation, and like you can collapse on the TA, which is kind of nice. I would not be opposed to that. Maybe it doesn't give you like a super cool lockdown into Storm, but maybe they don't really care because you've got the AM to cover that anyway later on in the game.
What if it's just an offlane shaker and they just want to pick some XM sniper or something ridiculous? Sure, he's playing against Storm, but sniper does beat up Storm in lane, even though he gets jumped later. Or Death Prophet.
Oh, yeah, this guy is nasty.
Yeah,
I love this method.
That is a great pick.
It gives so much forward-thinking attitude, right? Like, if it is DP to be versus Storm Spirit, Storm can never rotate. You hit Exorcism, you're going for that tower. Hoodwink and Oracle, when they rotate towards that mid lane as well, it's not going to feel that good into the Exorcism.
The silence is going to be incredibly valued too.
Yeah.
Just being able to run into this Oracle, silence him, make it so that Storm is threatened early on, and just the ability to kick Templar Assassin out of that safe lane early on is going to do so much, because you take away this tower from the TA, suddenly Anti-Mage is there with his helm, taking all of the farm in that area. TA is not ready to rotate to the other side of the map yet.
Yeah, I really, really love this pick. It just goes to show, like, there's a specific few players that will take completely different heroes. There's so few mid players that would even look or think about the Death Prophet here. Let's see, BB team. Just a classic old chill Sand King. You get your offlaner, you get your Blink stun. I will say, after XG banned out those 2 heroes, they should be quite happy to see a Sand King.
I don't mind the Sand King for the fact that Miro can go very quickly for Blink Dagger, and when XM's going towards hands with Exorcism, if you do get that blow up, if you do get that 100 to 0, it kind of buys time for you to then smoke up, go find an anti-mage, get a kill. But it is, if you miss that spell, if you don't hit that 100 to 0, you're going to feel really bad into an anti-mage. It's like anti-mage versus Sand King, also a pretty good lane for the anti-mage.
Yeah, your lane is miserable
Yeah.
with Sand King here.
Yeah.
Like, you're putting him into a losing lane. You're basically saying that, okay, our supports are going to play with Storm Spirit. We know where the runes are spawning. Let's just throw a Sand King into the triangle and hope he catches up. That's kind of a tall ask to do this time around, because that triangle is going to be needed by the TA and not the Sand King if she gets her tower taken from her by the Death Prophet.
You guys are kind of painting a pretty grim picture for BB team, not gonna lie.
Zhao has drafted a beautiful draft. It looks great, it looks amazing, and I'm not going to try and hide the fact that I just love looking at their draft. But the thing with BB is, like, even if their drafts look weird or their laning looks weird, they always find these moments. So on paper, I don't see it happening. But fast forward 35 minutes, I'm like, of course, they do that, right? So yeah, I'm just going to wait and see. But draft-wise, I think, yeah, there's so many layers to XG's lineup.
I mean, the advantage in my mind that BB team should have is potentially some of the lanes, like if GPK lanes goes well, first Aegis should be theirs with the TA, but I'm on board. I think that XG found a really good way to slow down what BB team wants, so I feel like the director kind of cooked this game.
I think GPK has a lot on his shoulders. He's got to really pop off with his signature Storm Spirit because this draft was crafted around enabling the Storm Spirit. So if he can get off to a good start, crush these lanes, get these pickoffs, early timings before anti-mage is too strong, that would be their way in.
But what's the solution if he can't leave his lane? Because the moment he does, the Death Prophet pushes his tower. Do you just give up the tower and hope you get a better trade?
You can try to have someone else like pull the wave to delay it, or when XM makes this move into mid tower, just bring some heroes over. Like be ready to make this move. T already mentioned Miro on the Sand King. Maybe he can be freed up. He can just TP mid if you overstep. You gotta do some things. Be creative. Yesterday against the Huskar, they didn't show me that.
Just shut down the Death Prophet, and then maybe there's a game in play for BB.
Okay. We're going to find out what's going to happen in the first game of this elimination best of 3. Before we see the game, though, we're going to head over to the stage where Tsunami is with Coach Bulk.
Thank you very much. Yes, I am joined by Bulk of a BB team. Again, good to see you, dude. What you been up to for the last 4.5 hours?
Привет, Булк. Чем вы занимались последние, эдак 4 часа?
Поели, отдохнули, посмотрели игры.
So, we ate some, we chilled some, we watched some Dota. That's it.
What a coincidence. That's the same thing I've been doing as well, except now you've got another stressful game ahead of you. This is the first time you've picked GPK Storm all tournament long, and then immediately they respond with an anti-mage. Were you expecting that in second phase, or maybe taken a little bit by surprise?
Вы впервые взяли Шторма. Удивлены ли вы их ответу в виде антимага, или вы ожидали его?
Да, мы не ожидали антимага.
Yes, we did not expect the anti-mage.
Now tell me, is he being serious? I feel like I'm sensing a bit of sarcasm here.
There is some sass in there.
Не услышал.
Он спрашивает.
Я не слышу нифига.
Вопрос в том, насколько серьезен был твой ответ.
Полностью серьезно. Мы не ждали антимага.
Well, I gotta trust you then. And if you two were taken by surprise, let's see if your players were not. Bulk, let's see how you do in the second elimination series. At least pass it over to our casters for game number 1.
Thank you so much, Tsunami, and of course the lovely translations. Love to hear it.
Yes,
I cannot freaking wait for this series. It's top 4, man. We're here.
Yeah, we've been waiting. We got some game 3s.
Oh,
it's been
yeah.
a great day so far. I would like some more. Can we get another game 3, please?
Keep doing it.
Yeah, let's just do that. Okay.
I think that this is also one of the times when I'm watching these games and I'm out there and I think about, man, these guys have been here for a while. Like, we just did the interview, obviously, with Bulk. They were sitting and staying. But the other thing that I heard was that XG, throughout the entire duration of this time that they were hanging out here, after their series, they didn't leave. So they've just been waiting all day to see who their opponent's going to be.
Yeah, keep an eye on the game, see how everyone's doing, and you know, there were definitely some questions heading into some of those games for quite a while there. I wasn't sure who they were going to be facing either.
Oh no, I was like for sure that it was going to be Heroic facing off against them, but in the end it is BB team that end up taking it, and we're going to be facing off here in this one. And it's also a really interesting moment because you take a look at this matchup. BB team, P-Vision, you know, you're up there also with Falcons. These squads have been in the top 4 9 times throughout this entire year. For XG, it's only their second time in top 4. They're trying to upset the narrative.
Yeah, and so far already doing that very successfully, considering many of you out there, and maybe myself also, didn't even have them getting out of the road to the International, let alone putting on such an amazing performance earlier in this tournament, and thus making it this far.
Well, it does mean that we're going to be treated to an absolute banger here, I am sure, as already a Death Prophet coming in mid. I was wondering...
That hurts.
Yeah, that was a nice
little
one.
uphill miss there.
I was wondering if we were going to end up seeing the Shaker bit pushed over and towards mid, but deciding to put it on XM, a hero he is somewhat known for playing it on. And an XXS is going to be the big money maker on the Earthshaker this time around.
Yeah, XM is bringing out a few of the hits today, you know? We got the Sniper coming out here. Maybe the Viper later, perhaps, you know, if we really want some dirty XM. But speaking of the hits, speaking of signature heroes, I always say, if you're in trouble and GPK's on your team, you break that glass in case of emergency and you pick up the Storm Spirit.
He really is just a phenom on this one, and so far already taken a few hits from the Death Prophet, but you can see sitting pretty in the laning stage. Of course, the big question mark is going to be how do they deal with the elephant in the room we haven't been talking about it yet, Ame on Anti-Mage in full anime mode here in top 4.
Yeah. Well, there'll be plenty of time to talk about him this game, I'm sure. One way or another, you know, either winning or losing, the game often comes down to a lot of conversations about what is Anti-Mage doing? As you are pinning a lot of your hopes on this hero, but it is certainly a favorite for Ame, so not too shocked to see him play it here and getting it in this matchup that the hero does love, as he gets pressured under his tower right now by a Sand King.
Getting some good early harassment in there and making things a little bit uncomfortable. Can see Save just throws out a few of these little buckshots at him and forces back. And actually even going to glyph the wave here. This is over towards mid happening. Ame is somebody that's a little bit vulnerable on that anti-mage here in the early levels.
Yeah, you can see GPK getting in a little bit of trouble there with the Siphon coming out, but head the distance. And yeah, I mean, Death Prophet, like you said, a hero that XM certainly has played before, but not a hero we've seen a lot this tournament. Definitely, I think the first time we've been casting it, so it'll be interesting to see just, you know, the classic is just how much are you getting out of each exorcism.
And that was a big one. Pure's Courier goes down. Was a very tough situation there. Or was that Ame? No, Ame's just coming on out to him. He's going to be fine.
I think for me, speaking of someone else we haven't talked about this game, one of the best individual performances of today was Xingqiu on Snapfire earlier this morning. I feel like he absolutely dominated in one of those matches, so I'm sure he's feeling very good being back on this. And likewise, I mean, it was XXS as well, right, when he was playing on the Shaker. So they've already kind of warmed this up and are feeling very good about this.
Right. Well, and that's going to be the other thing to watch for is obviously when, you know, XG was playing before, they had that tough series against P-Vision and able to come together and put some solid results in this morning. But BB Team, a very different type of opponent to be playing up against. And want to see if they can sort of push this to the more late game scenarios. Obviously going to have really strong team fight around this Sand King too if Miero can get off to a hot start. And already you can see across the lanes, they're eking out just a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I think this morning XXS had a like 10-minute blink. It was like right around the 10-minute mark. He busted it on off lane, which is just crazy. You can't really assume that you're going to get that again. Xingqiu also just had an insane amount of kills that game, so not off to such an explosive start in this one.
Well, still 0-0 at 5 minutes. And not a whole ton of roaming around. You got a freaking Oracle support here. The benefit, of course, is it does mean that more likely to be able to set up your Storm Spirit for good runes with that prognosticate.
Yes, very important thing to point out there. That innate is just crazy good on Storm Spirit. We're always talking about how runes run the Spirit heroes, and I would say that Storm Spirit is the most susceptible to losing runes and having a really bad early game. But here it is, the first Exorcism forcing down this tower. They've got supports on each side. Save's trying to pull this off here, but like GPK's in the jungle doing stacks. He now returns, but this is just a lot of damage. I mean, it's a siege wave, and
yeah, 6 minutes, and Xingqiu making that move over to get the little shredder debuff on the minus armor, and look at that, a 6-minute mid tower gone.
Really, the only good news is that it was a shield rune that they couldn't contest during the Exorcism, so GPK can take a slight Pyrrhic victory in that at the very least.
But that is going to really open up the map. And I think the biggest thing also that this Death Prophet is going to give you as we see those camps blocked out is this sort of like countdown easy timer to take buildings consistently, right? Every single time that ulti's up, going to be trying to make some moves with it.
Yeah, and one of the more important things too, as you heard the panel mention, was this idea of the Sand King relying on stacks this game. Already you can see not having an incredible lane, obviously, versus the Anti-Mage. It's hard to really bully a whole lot. Like, you're doing okay, but you know, you're not this dominating Sand King. You're hoping to get these stacks there. You might contest with the Exorcisms.
Does have boots on Xingqiu and making his way over. Is he going to be able to get there in time? Oh, just barely. And Katomi going to be shut down from that one as he will be eventually brought down.
There it is.
First blood drawn by XXS.
Oh, man. If that body block had have worked, that would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite able to do it there.
Dude, this crowd right now chomping at the bit to just get going. honestly. I feel like they are prepared for this game to go wild in a few.
They're very organized. They have tools over there already, as you were mentioning.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's like a little brass plate they were hitting.
Getting the chanting organized here. Well, there is no agreement this time for 0 helms or anything, obviously, as it is finished up here for Ame, our go-to build on this anti-mage this tournament.
As has happened time and again, and XM does not get the benefit of knowing where the rune is, so Storm bottles up the haste, and XM realizing it's going to be gone, but does have ulti ready. I want to see what XM decides to do with this. Is he going to play for a more farming-oriented gameplay, or is he going to try and sort of bully down these lanes?
I mean, it would be nice to just move towards your Shaker, I would think, you know? Try and take that top tower, make things a little bit more difficult up there for Pure. On the other hand, you could just say, hey, the lanes are going well. You're already just kind of chilling on the wave right now as XXS. Could wait to respond instead and just keep controlling mid. But the Ghost is starting to meander a little bit towards the north.
GPK.
X-Nova's coming through the Twin Gate. All right, we got a plan forming here, perhaps.
But this is the other thing that you do have to be concerned about. A haste rune with the Storm Spirit could turn stuff south pretty quickly. And
Yeah.
X-Nova
XM actually just goes straight back. He's like, there's waves coming in. That's not full commit, and X-Nova just goes right back through the gate. I mean, they have this trap on there, which is really nice, of course, to keep an eye on these support rotations.
Burrow strike the helm, tries to do some damage.
Nice.
Was not able to get there in time to take over another one, so the gold is handed over. And while this is happening, while the Ancients were blocked, GPK was able to take out 2 triple stacks over in the jungle. So he is building up his own net worth to try and contend right now with that Death Prophet.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, you know, trying to get your Galvanized going, those do come from kills alongside levels, and not able to get one with the haste rune is a little painful. Nero is calling for a defense here.
And thinking about it, this is a dangerous move to make with level 6 there. The cookie
They got Oracle
gets the
save.
stun, but it is going to be Bane in trouble. Now the turn on to Nero, but the save is there. Oh, False Promise doing some work, but XM does have the ulti ready and just has to TP out with 1. Now Ame gonna chase down Katomi, find that finish, and will move immediately into the tower.
Yeah, not what they're really hoping for. You don't get a good initiation there. You get the save from the Oracle, very nicely done, at least to get Miro out, but there's no conversion there from GPK. They still get the tower knocked down, and now that's the mid-tier 1, the bottom tier 1 gone, and the classic Ame getting so much space.
Yeah, and on a hero that will make good use of it as well. Only 1 point up right now in that counterspell and ready to start working his way through the bottom of the map farming, and this is what you want to see for XXS. Will manage to do a nice little chunk of damage there and does have his Blink Dagger now done.
Man, this guy is crushing it on Shaker today. Actually ridiculous how fast he's getting these. All right, so at the very least, because he's farming up with the Echo Slam, of course, there's not going to be this like immediate movement, but when it's back up, I mean, you know, you got 4 points Aftershock. You're very happy to start making maneuvers across this map, and you got to imagine Pure is the prime target. Or, I guess, ending GPK's life would also be great here to try and start working on these Galvanized charges, as he is going to get smoked up now by Save. Only has an Illusion Rune to work with this time.
Scan does connect, though.
But
I know that
to what
Ame is
end,
here.
You know? I guess if Miro's here, too. Okay.
Gonna try and make something happen. Sees Miro. Now Ame realizes that the jig is up.
Yeah, the Spidey senses are tingling.
Did he really get caught? No. Blinks away. Ame, never in doubt. Does he lose the other creep, though? He might just. XXS finishes off that camp and is going to head back home before getting ready for a smoke play, most likely. So, just about the 12-minute mark as we hear the crowd picking up again, trying to instill some hope. The team they're hoping is going to come away with the victory in this.
Again, another rune secured thanks to Oracle's passive. Or innate, rather, I should say.
And maybe looking for another go here onto Ame, but he is already backed away. Heading off to the other side, leaves his creep behind.
I mean, this is what I love about Death Prophet. I always love this hero because it just gives you such clear direction for your team.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the enemy team knows what you're going to do, sure, but it's so powerful that they have to be ready at the exact moment.
And they are not ready at all. Pure in a world of hurt will get saved for the moment with the false promise. And Katomi able to get there in time. Are they going to try and translate this into anything else, though? XM has Exorcism going, but having already used Kisses in the jump from XXS feels a little shaky.
I mean, there is still Echo, you know?
That's true.
They have to really fully commit for this. And, okay, they are. Miro's coming through. He has his Blink Dagger. This could be a mistake from XG if they try and force this.
Well, they saw for a second there, actually, onto Miro. And so the one left behind is going to be X-Nova. Save picking up that kill. But everybody forced to the side of the map. And look who's down bottom. Yet again, Ame farming away on the anti-mage. Happy as a clam.
I think that was a good call from XG. Just cut your losses. Just get it there in that moment. You try and force that just because you popped Exorcism, and that's one of the easy mistakes you can make when you're running a Death Prophet lineup. Just accept that they were ready, right? They had the TP in there. They got the Oracle save. It was a nice play. Give them their opportunity there and just go back to farming elsewhere until the next Exorcism's up. Also have another smoke available here for X-Nova, so we could see him getting active with XXS. And he's got about 1,000 gold to go for the Shard, too. And the next big power spike there on that Shaker, and also a massive farming item as Pierre's just able to start whittling down this tower as Kataomi will stack some Ancients for him and just defend his presence here.
I mean, this tells you everything. Ame right now is under a ward, just farming, and there is no interest from anybody of BB team to go on in and try and contest this.
Yeah, they're going to try and play their own game, right? They're going to hit their own very specific timing with these TA items into the Roche Pit, into the Tormentor.
Oh, Ame!
Okay, all right.
That was pretty sweet. That was good. I like that.
Oh, and as well. So, you know, they are able to pick up a kill there. Save going to grab that one.
So X-Nova brought down again, just like before, in the top side of the map. And XG not wanting to try and really put the pressure onto that top tier 1 tower. Content just continuing to farm. And you're working your way towards that Aghanim Scepter on the Death Prophet while still searching for a Battle Fury on AM.
They're scanning. They know he's around here. Of course, it could also just be the creep hero.
Blinks back. He's away.
Oh, save not connecting there. And, of course, immediately unsummoning it by grabbing himself the Dark Troll Summoner for Ame.
I mean, this is the other thing, is that, like, even any of these little plays that you make for BB, it's very possible that you just, like, use up your mana pool if you pressure too far on Storm and then just explode on a mana void.
This ward here.
Yeah, this could make a big
save.
difference.
That Sentry is going to catch if they check that high ground there.
They do see that one. Do they see the high ground, though? It doesn't look like they're going to drop down any vision.
I imagine a courier is probably coming.
Ame, do they want to try and go onto him? From forward, Burrow Strike, Bushwhack, is it enough? Yes! BB team managed to find the kill onto Ame.
Yeah, great vision. That's what it comes down to. And
Now?
GBK, I mean, I wonder where the rune is.
XM, they set up. XXS doesn't manage to quite find it. Oh, he gets the regen stolen away.
Yeah, XS steals it right from under his nose. Barely able to survive there. Kataomi, of course, ready with the ulti, but hoping to not have to use it. And Ame's still dead from there. 5 seconds here. And that's another Exorcism that is not progressing the state of the game in a positive way for you as we get closer and closer to this timing that BB team are trying to hit. It'll be the Deso, maybe waiting for the Shard a little bit there, but mostly just like Deso into Tormentor, into TA Shard, into Roche, use the Aegis as your defensive tool, go forward, right? You know, talk about Death Prophet giving you direction in terms of being kind of a laid-out plan for how the team's going to play. You can argue that a TA lineup is very similar in that regard.
And they're just living down here. This BB team lineup have full vision in this area. X-Nova is going to throw his body at him, spot save, and they just back away. I mean, this is really, really good positioning and just being a bully on the map, making things uncomfortable.
Yeah, this ward's been really bad for them. They're going to find it now, though. And yeah, X-Nova was like, dude, they got a ward here for sure. So he throws his courier up.
Do not know if they'll find that other one that they placed down bottom, and I believe Save can go for the immediate D ward if they feel so inclined.
Yeah, a bit of a sneaky one there.
Battle Fury done. for Ame. After the Helm is going to back out and try and farm in the safer places on this map. BB team in the meantime, smoke up in mid.
Man, they really feel like they have the tempo in this one. Like I just don't think I don't think XG have much more to give, right? The X system starts to fall off a little bit here. Ame's a little bit behind. They haven't been finding these smokes with XXS or getting out aggressively on the map, so they're still very good at counter initiation, for sure. But I think it's going to be BB team pushing here.
Xnova breaks the smoke. And so every time one of these jumps happens, they end up getting punished. As they find Miero in trouble, just going to get gripped after the fact. Sometimes it's better to play defense than offense.
That's what it seems to be here. I think they were just sacrificing Miero because they knew the room was bottom. Yeah. GBK's just sending them in, but trust me, it'll be worth it, man. I'll get an Arcane Rune, it's going to be awesome.
So how much is this like a scary AM game if he can hit his timings? Because obviously we know the TA timings of the Deso and everything else. What about Ame in this game?
Oh yeah, he's going to show up eventually. If it happens, it's going to be great for XG. There's a reason they're going for the Anti-Mage, right? It just makes it such a hard game for GPK. He's played a very specific way. He does have his BKB finish, so he is respecting the very possible facts that can happen in this one versus the Anti-Mage. He knows he kind of needs it. And he also knows his role, right? Sometimes as Storm, you got to carry a little bit. He's got a TA.
Yeah.
So she's got that mobility to jump in with you. You just need to make sure that you're getting the grabs and you're able to get multiple moves through the fight to give this good vision for the TA to perform the task that she's trying to do.
Well, Tier 1 tower goes down in the top lane as Pure come and invades that Ancients area. But
are they going to try and get mid before they get Tormentor?
It looks like it might be happening.
Yeah. All right. I mean, they feel pretty confident right now.
And on the side of XG, being somewhat willing to step on over and contest this for a moment. The fissure connects. Pure will stick around and get the last hit on the tower.
All right. Any smokes? Who's got the smoke? All right. Xinq's got one. So are they going to smoke up and immediately run to the Tormentor? That's the question for me here. Because you've got great team fight, right? You have Exorcism up. You have the Eggs on Death Prophet. This is your fight, right? This is before the BKB. Oh. This is before the Aegis.
Ame is underneath a ward here, so if he goes to connect, then they'll know that he's coming through, but the rest of the squad can start out that fight. All right, Ame's not showing
Don't worry, Ame's
not coming. That guy is farming.
I mean, they're making their way here. This is a big dedicated maneuver, but it's a TA. It is gone.
It happens so quickly.
The
Kiss is trying to find a snipe now on to save, hiding over to the side. Katomi gonna get initiated upon and almost enough damage. Yes, he's gone. Can they do anything more after the fact? Epicenter out, but the big Echo Slam lands. Miero is out of here. XXS will fall to the follow-up Aftershocks.
Pure still sticking into it.
Trying to do what he can, but Xnova is there. He manages to blink away just before a grip comes out. The slow is there. Bushwhack at the ready, needs to dodge away. Not gonna happen. Xingqiu also gonna be going into the graveyard.
I mean, it looked all right for a moment there, didn't it? You know, you get this kill in the Miero, you're like, okay, this was kind of worth it. They also did get the buyback there on Kanomi, so something there. It is a net worth gain technically for them, but of course, you know, the Tormentor goes the way of save, and they're still in a good position to make their way towards the Roche here pretty soon. And that's a full Hurricane Pike as well, finished for Pure. So that's going to really be quite annoying for this DP in these fights.
It is very much a Ame PvE for the moment, and then throw bodies to try and slow things down as much as possible. You know the way that XG are trying to go. The question is, are BB team building up enough of a lead right now to sort of mitigate things for when the Anti-Mage comes online?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying when your carry is just farming creeps and theirs is farming more creeps and heroes, you know?
Yes.
It's a bit of a tough one.
You're not wrong there. Snova getting some good wards down around the map, but it is an Aghanim Scepter now completed for the Sand King.
They have so much damage.
Yeah, they hit hard.
And they, like, you're not going to have an Aura hero, right? Like, you've got, I mean, I guess technically sometimes DP, but not happening in this game.
Oh, no.
Just going from that Ags into the BKB. Now considering a Ghost and a Plate Mail.
Ooh, Ame just barely getting out of that one. Miero's still on the hunt, but chasing an anti-mage is not really going to put together good results.
No, and of course, they are largely magical damage outside of the TA, but we do have that break. So if Save gets the right shot, they can still explode Ame.
Manta done. To try and match the tempo. Is underneath a trap right now, though. Sees the silence now onto the Hoodwink, who backs away under the Glimmer Cape. XXS scouting things out. Pure is there. Fissure not going to connect. BKB out from GPK. X-Nova trying to stay alive. XM, low HP. Pure now getting hit by the kisses. And Ame right on top of him with the save at the last second. Will it be enough, though, with the Echo Slam to combo it out? They use so much damage, and Pure is able to survive through it. But the cookie to back away, and XXS chased after by GPK with just the smallest amount of mana
the pike
in the world, but the hits, they come out from Pure as he managed to find the Hurricane Pike and not quickly enough able to dodge in the fog.
Oh my god, it's so tough for the TP to deal with. Has a Plate Mail to try and sustain, but at this point in the game, like, you're just trying to stay in these fights and use your ulti, use this Aghanim Scepter, and it just doesn't feel great.
You saw right there at the end, too, the Mana Void just not able to hit in time, as right on point was the Oracle there. Katomi, nicely played.
Ame's going to try and find his own answers here. Try and just keep moving up the charts here. He's currently considering a Butterfly, perhaps, but to no surprise at all, they make their way into the Roche Pit here. So much knowledge with this lineup, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's the new Tide TA. It's just Oracle TA. It gives you everything.
It
you know
gives
where
you
runes
all
are, you know where Roche is. When it's popping up, it's very good.
Look at this. Next up, GPK is also queuing a Lincoln Sphere. So having more answers there for the Mana Void.
Yeah, the Mana Void. Also, I mean, just a grip, right? Like,
yeah.
It's super good. If you're going with this BKB, immediately X-Nova says, okay, well, Storm needs to jump in and initiate. I'll just target the Storm, and now BKB and Lincolns. And got yourselves a problem. And again, it just comes back to the freedom that you're getting on this Storm because you have this TA. Like, you are just a playmaker on this Storm.
Miro, does he decide to go in there? XM, they find him. Rest of the team a little ways away. The punches, the damage from the Aghanim Scepter is enough. Katomi just a little bit late on that one. So Miero giving up a very important kill there. This is your sort of timing push, and if they smoke up and try and fight right now, oh, there's an opportunity.
Yeah, they have Echo Slam here too. I mean, if they could just bring Ame as well. Trying to make his way, but there's so much vision here too, right?
Oh, and Ame, does he show on this creep wave? Understanding the danger, he will back out.
He sends in one illusion, he's baiting a bit here, but they don't fall for it.
But that death on Miero, I mean, this could have very easily been tier 2 towers gone.
It's tactical, you know, it's just him and Katomi. They're the only ones dying. Right? Together, they are the 7 kills of XG. Everyone else is deathless.
Bit of a tough one for the Sand King, who does still have that Blink Aghanim's done and is working towards that BKB.
He's taunting. He's taking it in stride, you know?
That's true.
He's all right with it.
So now, with still 3.5 minutes left on Aegis, you got to imagine that BB Team will still try and take advantage of this window to put the pressure on. Success getting set up in the tier 2 tower on the top side. Just trying to delay things.
I think this is their best chance at a fight.
Jumps. Ame right on top. Pure in trouble with the save. The bushwhack is there. And he's in trouble. Ame with a nightmare save. Do they keep him alive? Almost. Yes, he's out of there. Unreal.
Oracle.
It took every single thing to keep him alive, but they did it. Ame survives through that, and now an attempt at Pure. They're going to go in with Miero, but I don't know, this fight already feels a little bit lost unless they can salvage this Burrow Strike off the mark, and now Nightmare pulls him back in. The cookie is out. Oh no, Miero, not like this. The false promise is there, but he's already taking so much damage. They lose the Oracle. They're going to lose the Sand King, maybe?
No, wait, for now.
Oh, he's trying to get out of there. Miero Glimmer caped. Ame's still on the hunt. They hide off to the side, and Well, see the sandstorm fissure out. Miero in trouble and gone.
An Ob sentry, the spot you try to flee to. He does notice it thanks to his own sentry that's down, but it's not going to help him now as he's certifiably dead. And what I was about to say, as they jumped in there, that was the best time to fight because he was just a couple hundred gold away from that Blink Dagger on Oracle. And if you have that Blink Dagger there, it breaks that whole initiation.
Such a big moment in this game. You go from Aegis wanting to push tier 2 towers, Sand King dies mid, then you try and push top, they all die there too.
Oh, and that, I mean, it's such an important Aegis. That is supposed to be at least one tier 2, if not multiple, with that Aegis on this lineup. That is certainly the goal. But XG, they just spot a little weakness there, noticing that, I don't think they're quite tight enough right now. I don't think they have the defense for this pure TA at the moment, and they just quickly jump on him. A great TPN from Ame to start that off.
And working towards that butterfly. 28 minutes in, the Wisdoms are around. And for BB Team, I mean, you still have an incredibly farmed TA. She's top net worth by 3,000 over this anti-mage. You still have so much physical damage that, as we saw right before that, he can have trouble dealing with. But do you feel confident enough now to try and make some solid move? Look at this damage is nothing on the AM. That's probably going to change soon.
Yeah, he's certainly hoping so. I mean, Ame is almost into the butterfly. It'll be a bit of a small window before the MKB appears, but if he's forced to go over this MKB first on Pure, that also means he's still not getting in towards a BKB.
Right.
Which, I mean, there is a lot of just random magic damage and control in these fights, so it's a pretty hazardous game to not have a BKB, but of course that's because he is an Oracle, so he's counting on Kataomi to make up for the fact that he does not want to buy this BKB.
Kataomi going to be the one to watch for. And now with the Blink Dagger, like you mentioned, most fights, Pure is going to be able to be saved.
Yeah, you got to turn into a bit of a tree and protector when you're an Oracle with the Blink, right? Just become one with the trees, okay? You got to know all your little nooks and crannies that hide the vision, where your opponents can't see you, and you're not going to get randomly fissured into Enchant Totem and Chain Stun into a kill or something.
The one thing that is a little bit concerning, though, is that if you do manage to burn all of TA's mana, that's where you can run into some serious issues.
That's true. She does rely on that for a lot of her shenanigans, doesn't she?
So if Kataomi is a little bit late to get in there in time, could be an issue for Pure, but we will see. As XG still feeling comfortable, not really risking much in this game. They're farming out waves, shoving them out when they need to, and trying to take it to the late game.
Yeah, I was concerned about the lack of auras that could be coming out here, but as we get later and later, XM gets over that hill, can get into the Shiva's Guard. Great item on this hero. Very helpful against everything that you've seen on the side of BB Team. That'll be a very good helper. And then, of course, we start getting into this Refresher Shaker, which has just looked so nasty at the main event.
It's been nuts. Well, and you can see now also XG at this 30-minute mark, they're going to head on up and try and find a Tormentor of their own. And at the moment, BB are not in the area to come and contest this. So this one should be a freebie. Although, I wonder if they feel a little bit scared of taking it, not seeing anybody. No, they're just going to go right in. So Tormentor for X Nova.
Yeah, they scan around them just to see if they're safe and feeling all right.
And a very even game.
You can see Save here. It's queuing up the Scythe device, thinking,
Ooh.
That's a support player that's not feeling the game. They're not feeling their teammates in a game. When you're behind Scythe at this point, it's like, all right, I'll put it upon my shoulders, I suppose.
Well, also on Hoodwink taking that greedy enchantment too, so less damage from the right clicks and hitting creeps, but does get the GPM bonus. Gem done on Death Prophet. Trying to take away this vision from the traps and everything else, but XM still a little ways away from finishing that Ghost Scepter. They're pinging him out, looking to find XM. Drop the trap, back away, bushwhack there, hits but the dodge! And XM gets the BKB off.
That was nice. X Nova. Well positioned. I mean, he saw it coming.
Yeah. Unfortunate they had to use the BKB charge there for that.
That's true. I mean, perhaps that could open something up for the Roche. I mean, I guess they know, right? So they're going to know if it opens up for the Roche. We don't.
Again, that entire side of the map pretty well held by BB. Traps all over the place. They've got sentries down too. You can see invis heroes if they're passing by. Just a solid wall that's all over near that Roche pit. And it's actually only going to be a minute away, so they should get it on Radiant's side.
Yeah, if they can just obviously take note of that, thanks to having TA. Again, the innate lets you know when Roche is going to spawn, so they want to just really control this bottom wave. Save's already on it. Keep the mid pushed out. They have Templar Assassin with the traps, which can be very helpful for this as well. Even if you don't have a Helm of the Dominator creep, there are other ways to push waves, it turns out.
A few of them at the very least.
Ame taking the more classic approach to the Helm of the Dominator, just as the wolf following him everywhere now.
Is sort of near the Storm Spirit, while Katomi is going to back out after being spotted by the Bane.
You know, 10 years ago, carry players just bought a Helm and all the creep did was stack Ancients. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That's all it did. They just sat in the Ancients stacked the whole time.
They'd take the range creep. So now, as Roche is capable of respawning, XM was stepping over here and trying to make a little bit of a move, and they're going to smoke up as 4.
Oh, clearly hacking here. They also know the Roche timer somehow.
And the ping is for the TA. Do they want to jump? There are people right behind her.
Kataomi must be just sweating buckets right now, man. Like, don't get caught. Don't get
Not
caught.
afford to get caught. The jump in, Cookie. GPK not wanting to get stunned by that one. They're throwing in the anti-main illusions to start to burn GPK's mana. That is so frustrating to play against, and now they manage to get away from the bushwhack, and GPK is completely out of mana for this fight.
All right, that's not good.
Oh, man. If they go in and try and do this right now, I mean, he does have bottle, so he can bottle back up for a little bit.
It's not a lot, though. You know, it's not great.
No.
Roche is going to roar, let him know what's happening. It's an amplified damage rune. I mean, it's the rare time that GPK doesn't get the rune because it's Roche time, so they're trying to help Pure with this.
Miro hunting, ready to jump. They see him there, but he doesn't decide to go. Could have made that move. They take out the ward, removing vision.
Oh, this is so interesting because like, a split fight is quite bad for XG in some ways. Like when you have this enchant totem and the way the Death Rod wants to fight.
Kisses going in. The Roche backs out, starts heading this direction. The Roche is low enough now, and it's going to start heading up to the north. BB team are in a weird spot for this. I wonder, could he have just exorcismed right now and stay mid?
And just follow, just
follow Roche?
Walk the Roche. I mean, I'm ready to find out, Lyrical.
I don't know. I'm wondering if they're going to try and come and get over here in time.
X-Nova's trying to get a nice ward here. Give him good vision for this fight. That's a brilliant place to put this right now. Taking good advantage. Immediately pinged.
Yes, they know.
Kataomi's on it.
Kataomi knows exactly what's going on. Wait, no, he does find it?
No, he sees it.
Yeah, they get it. He does show for a moment, but there's nobody nearby. X-Nova caught. There it is. Fissure, the Cookie to the far side. He's in trouble, dead. X-Nova does have buyback, uses it immediately. XXS thinking about jumping to the low ground. Miro, no more BKB, has to Burrow Strike to get away. Now, XM has used the Exorcism. They're going to put pressure on BB team and say, come and fight us here. Roche starts to go down one way or another. This is going down. Our BB team going to be able to come and steal it away, though. The bushwhack out connects to the moment to jump in. It's there. It's on the ground. He gets it. Miro makes up for what happened earlier. Snatches that Aegis. XM stuck in the pit. They decide to jump on out. Does he have the save? Yes, he does. False promise. Ame caught. Pure trying to hit him. Jump in. GPK finds his man, but the Cookie away again. And when all is said and done, all that happened was the buyback from X-Nova. The Aegis is gone.
Okay, and we get ourselves a little bit of a Radiant bounty as they're the ones who get the kill, and we reset.
All right, this is a sign. I feel like we're going late on this one. This is how it's happening.
God, we have some massive items, though, for 37 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, look at Pure. He's just a beast. The timing here. I mean, again, this vision placed down. Really good vision control this fight coming out from BB team.
Oh, as back in the world of the living not so longer, Miero is gone. Katomi able to make his escape. He is level 24 now on the anti-mage. Oh, he's dancing now. Watch out, everybody. Hamburg, it has been a long day, but I need to know, are y'all still up right now, ready for this game? Who here feels like XG's going to come away with the victory?
Oh, it's getting louder. They're realizing you said XG. They're like, oh, those guys. Oh, yeah.
And can I hear from any BB fans who feels like they're going to be able to come away with this series? I feel like XG had it maybe. I'm not sure. That was close.
I'll tell you one thing, it's full in here.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are very impressive.
That's what happens. Get here on the weekend. Stay, watch some Dota. Have yourselves a wonderful time.
Well, I mean, I hope these players are having a wonderful time. I know if I get to play Dota all day, I have a pretty wonderful day, generally, you know.
Well,
there's ups and downs.
I was going to say, based upon the games we play together, I'm not sure that's not true. But you see right now, this next couple of minutes, they're saving on to the greedy. I think that they're recognizing that they're going to need to be able to scale into the later stages. And that is a sort of a weird scenario to be in, I feel like, particularly for an Oracle, right? Because you basically need to like wait for things to go wrong and then save the day, and often you're still ended up in a bad spot.
Save the day.
That's right.
He's trying some secret agent maneuvers down there. Almost runs into XXS and XNova.
That ward is going to scout out GPK, but not looking to make any serious move that way. Ame goes straight for the BKB.
Yeah, that's a nice 6 slots he's got here right now. Pretty well filled in here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Should be noted, though, that TA still a real monster, and having gone for the meld hit bash talent at 25.
With a Swift Blink to get into these fights, hoping to replace the treads with the BKB as well.
I mean,
Pierre's hitting critical mass as well soon.
That's going to be one thing to watch for. Like, Ame can just explode. He's relatively tanky now with this Scotty, has 2,800 HP, but physical damage is still an issue. You got all this minus armor from the TA.
I mean, if there's anything I've learned about Ame this event, he loves Satanic. So I'm not surprised to see that coming out after.
They're sending out wave after wave. And Ame farming down towards the bottom. They are getting into position to battle for this rune. It's going to be a regen. GPK ensures that he gets that one. And these later game scenarios can make all the difference in the world if you can find the right rune and be ready for a fight. But I'm just not sure what BB's like looking for really at this point either.
I mean, what are you looking for with XG? Like, how do you start a good fight on the side of XG, you know? It feels like it really does come down to looking for the objectives that BB team are going to try and play around and then going into those. Like, trying to find them grouped up, having this refresher now, and the Shaker is big, of course, but like, what does the first jump look like? They're so much stronger on counter initiation.
For both teams.
Yeah, maybe actually. You're not wrong, because like you have Oracle on one side. I mean, you just have this like ability for the Shaker to just blow things up if you have a slightly poor initiation. I would really like to see the Agnums this game from XinQ, but he doesn't seem to have it on the mind right now. But I feel like having a little bit of a save of their own would be really nice. And we've seen with these just like ridiculous cast ranges in the late game, how powerful that Agnums can be.
I think also because all of the fights have sort of revolved around Roche and then Aegis basically expended and gone really quickly, we're in this weird situation where we're 41 minutes in and only one tier 2 tower has gone down.
Yeah.
They're both kind of just chilling, waiting for them to get 6 slotted.
Yeah, we've talked about this before with a lot of the teams, and we heard 3-3 mention in the interview, this idea of just like risk.
Yeah.
People don't like risk very much through a lot of this event. If they don't feel super safe doing something, they don't want to do it, and a lot of times that comes down to having the Aegis, having the cheese, having the refresher shard. And if you don't have those things, they don't want to really go for anything too aggressive.
Well, and this also has been like a classic BB team scenario. I feel like at multiple TIs, we've had them get pretty far and, you know, look towards making it to the finals and just sort of push the game later and later and later and think they're going to be able to outskill their opponents. The question is, will they be able to do that here? And Pure, getting a little bit antsy, decides to step forward, hit the tier 2 tower, and make some moves, get objectives.
Yeah, kind of out of position because they took the Tormentor, so they jump on that as a bit of an advantage there for BB team. And the Shard going to XM I think is great, just because he's getting tankier, it's going to become more relevant, BKB timers are getting lower and lower. If he had have gotten it earlier in the game, it doesn't really feel like there would have been a great moment to actually make good use of the fear, but the way these fights are going to start to break down now, I think it could actually have an impact.
Right. I mean, he's got massive armor now.
Yeah.
And they've also, started to pick up some of these other things. A Pavis for the Bane. Going to be working probably eventually towards the Solar Crest. But all grouped together, they have it done now. It's a smoke up with 5. And we'll see if XG can find their correct targets as well. Should notice there too a couple of greater healing lotuses. Have one on Xingqiu.
Those are very important to keep an eye on. Either on being used by that hero or more importantly passed over to a core who's in trouble, right?
A little bit of playing footsie here through the river. There is a ward which is going to be scouted, not taken out yet. Xingqiu decides to remove it and then immediately jumps away. Like that, if that doesn't tell you what's going on right now, I don't know what will. They're very afraid of each other. 40 seconds till Roche is capable of respawning.
Yeah, there's another smoke down, though.
God, this is definitely... And I mean, you just think about, like, if you step out of position just one little bit, for both of these teams wanting to make it to play on the final day of TI is everything that you've ever dreamed of. Chance to have your fate in your hands. And could all be taken away by just random positioning.
Is that why we're losing our games?
That's the only reason.
Oh, okay.
We could be a TI too.
Yeah, it's all just random, it turns out. All right, cool. Thank you. I'm glad we finally figured it out here.
Another Arcane Rune for GPK. And with that smoke not succeeding, does kind of leave them in a bit of a weird spot now on XG. So I don't believe they have any more in hand. Could set us up for a weird Roche fight. Save is bringing one out. So they have an ability to make a jump if they want. They know Roche is back up in 30 seconds. And it's also going to be up on the north side. A lot of drawing on that mini-map. They're waiting.
Dota, baby.
XM, he's on the low ground. Smoke breaks. They jump immediately onto Xingqiu. The other jump onto XM, but he's able to pop the BKB and immediately go in for the Spirit Siphon. Healing kisses out. It was double BKBs used.
Oh, that was exciting. We all pressed a bunch of items. We better get out of here. And Roche appears in the top pit. GBK still nearby, still has half an Arcane Rune. There's no Exorcism. There's no BKB on this Death Prophet. There's a Refresher Shirt sitting in the Roche pit. How brave do you feel on the side of BB team? How well can you defend Kataomi? How quick will he assemble the Aeon Disc if he's in trouble? These are the questions we must ask.
And a Butterfly now done too for Pure means it's not even an easy jump and kill for Anti-Mage.
Well,
no MKB yet.
He does have the Abyssal though.
Oh yeah, good call.
So that'll be interesting.
And buyback status at this pivotal point in this game, you only have it on DP, Snapfire, and Hoodwink. Most of the rest of it is for gold. XM throwing out silences, not connecting onto anybody.
Boy, you know what? Save has got this Yules again. So he was eyeing up the Scythe for a long time, but he has the Yules on the Hoodwink. And this was something that was clutch in their earlier match versus Heroic. He saved the game. During that Refresher Black Hole, he caught that Yules on the TA without the BKB and ensured that they were able to survive.
46 minutes. And I feel like that turning into a Wind Waker is a very likely thing that we might be seeing.
You think? It's one of those games?
Goes on. I mean, that's how it feels.
I think you might be right, bud.
No more smokes on either squad. And I think that, again, without a smoke, too, you're in a very strange position with this one. Snapfire also is going to be going for a full Holy Locket, which kind of has some cool synergies with the Healing Lotuses.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Catch
Push
her up
back.
top. Save, just being a nuisance.
Okay, not gonna... Yeah, he was completely alone right there.
Yeah, he's fine.
Abyssal Blade Anti-Mage, no fears. They see that the ward is up on the high ground. And while all this has been happening, Death Prophet's been managed to farm up a full AC. So it's going to be really hard to kill DP in these fights.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of wish there was a Helm, because there's so much space on the map for a Helm right now to be doing creep shenanigans. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, Ame sold his. He's done.
Yeah, he's got rid of his. Bottom lane is just at a stalemate down there. No one's able to make a push on it. We're all just playing top here.
Is there no Helm in this game right now?
No, he
not
sold
a
his.
single. Oh my goodness! Can we get an applause, everybody?
They're already going.
No Helm in this game. 47 minutes. Now we wish we had it to break the stalemate.
You know, you don't know what you had till you lose it.
That's right. Grass is always greener. Kira steps forward. They jump for a moment. There's the Nightmare. Backs away. XM not appearing to care any bit about this. Dude, we are going to sit here for 5 minutes around the Roche pit, and Roche is just going to walk bottom. They're not going in.
I think the last kill was like 13 minutes ago.
They are not going in. They have learned risks lead to death. We are not going to take any. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, a smoke. Hold on.
I mean, they can't even get like a trap up there. They can't see anything right now.
Did you learn? Ame, he's going to TP back towards the rest of his squad.
Oh, here comes Save.
Xingqiu jumps away. Miro finds the follow-up and a good control onto all the other heroes. They try and back out. XM onto Katomi, keeping him out of this fight. And X-Nova is living for forever. And there's the jump onto Pure. Eliminated. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like that, Miro. As the Sand King gets brought down, GPK low on mana, hoping to escape from here. But they're going to take what they came for. XG onto the Roche.
You know, these teams, they're hydrophobic. Don't cross the river. It goes very poorly for you, it turns out. And the way that started, to right save, he gets aggressive there, he plants off sentry on the high ground. That's what gives him this kill right onto Xingqiu, and you're like, okay, looking good. Gets annihilated. Double grab in the back by GPK. But look, where is it? Where's my TA? Where's my Oracle? There's Katomi. Just being walked down by XM. He can't get back in. He can't use False Promise. TA needs you. She's counting on you.
Oh, and Miro just burrow strikes. Okay, it's better than it looked, but it looked really bad. I will say he burrow strike to the low ground, but he didn't get halfway across that little valley there and just ended up getting pushed back in. And you can see Pure right now just looking. Hand in his face, trying to figure out what do we do now. 30 seconds without this TA, and buildings starting to fall. XG, they were patient. They waited. They stood on their side of the river.
And there is a tier 2 bottom.
They knew.
Save has pushed this out. They're not going to give up quite yet. You know, I don't think XG can get a dominant finish here yet.
Oh, no. No, it's still not an easy go with TA respawning, but a lane of racks in the mid, I mean, it causes some issues.
Oh, it certainly does.
Dota Plus still doesn't believe. 50-50.
I don't know, guys. I can't figure this one out. All right, never initiate.
Never.
Good. They thought they'd learned it. They forgot, and then that's what happened. It's a little jump there.
Quite the swing. My goodness. Well, 9K gold leave. Oracle realizes there are heroes there.
That is infused Aghanims coming out here now for Ame as well.
Oh, nice.
Grows stronger. So we're blinking all over the place now.
Decides not to go right into the MKB either. Feeling like he can do it with just whatever chances he has to hit.
I mean, he definitely has some slot issues, you know?
Yeah.
Infused feels a little nicer.
And Pure, understanding the job, has queued up a rapier.
Yep. Yeah, you're definitely at that point. You were just trying to, again, you got to count on Katomi. Sure, he got caught last time, but what's the chances he gets pushed and zoned out in 2 fights in a row, you know?
True enough. Pure, the question is, I mean, if you're thinking about buying a rapier, you're probably not worth saving for buyback anyways. But it's a question of, does he actually need to do that? He's just flirting with the idea of it right now. But 52 minutes in, and still very much comfortable on XG. Sitting back. They have 2 minutes left on the stage. Just Pure. They see him there. He jumps in. Echo Slam, refresher, combo. Ame's coming. Ame's coming. You're in trouble, Pure.
That was 6 seconds of control. No chance to play the game.
There is a reason that every year Earthshaker comes back when it's TI time. The crowd believing in what's going on right now as they are trying to will their team into a top 3 finish at the very least.
All right, now Lyrical, do they go? Is it time? Are we going to send him in? Ame thinks so.
They're thinking about it. The Bushwhack connects. There's the control. Miro out, trying to bring him down low dead.
Okay, that's a good start.
Can you do it again? Ame, not dissuaded, steps forward, takes the buildings. Even popping that Manta. He has his BKB if he needs it. Steps away, creeps, moving into the mid lane. They have another lane of racks. And BB team saying, we don't want to buy back on the TA.
No. They don't feel like they can take into that fight, even though there's no Echo Slam. So, you know, that could be one factor, but it's just the idea of, hey, we still have the tier 2. Let's play for that. We'll wait for the respawn of TA. I'd rather have a Rapier TA than a buying back TA right now.
Yeah. Can she get it in time, though? And does Pure want to fully commit for it? That's the other question. I mean, you think about what just happened right there. You're just passing over the Rapier at that point. Dota Plus moves slowly and steadily into the favor of XG as we get later and later into this one.
And now we're trying to get some wild ideas here. An Abyssal Blade for the Sand King. Thinking ideas, plans. This was an Owen idea in the green room, and Fog yelled at him. It's true, he did. He's like, Abyssal Sand King. And Fog's like, yeah, until your Stinger procs it or something. Yeah, it's like, and then it goes on cooldown.
That's a fair point.
It is a fair point. Then you don't get your bash.
Wonder if we see it here. Also, I love Owen. I think that Miero and him probably should have different ideas about Dota, though, at this point.
A bit worrying that they don't.
Pure on the low ground. XM takes the tier 2 tower. One more tower and rack stand between XG and Megas.
I feel like we've had a lot of these situations in this tournament where you're sitting on the high ground and you know it's coming soon and you're thinking, okay, are we going to buy the Rapier? And then the fight comes and it feels like they never commit for the Rapier, and then someone just gets blown up and the game ends.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they did go for a different route. You can see that Curry over there on the left side of the map is picking up a refresher for Storm.
Okay, the double pull.
So all right. GPK trying to be that one to help his team and push him over the edge here.
And then we did see as well in that last series, the overload attack bounce is going a little bit crazy in the late game with the Shard.
So refresher is bought. And I mean, the other thing to keep in mind, XG got here by playing it safe, by dodging away from fights. Are they really now going to try and take that move up to high ground when Roche is capable of respawning in just a minute and a half? It feels like they're just sort of trying to block BB team in the lead.
I mean, Ame's almost level 30. You might as well, right?
That's
like,
true.
Come on.
Moonshard in there too.
He can start passing some around.
They do see him on a trap. Does that signal it's time to go with Ame very far away from the rest of his squad?
I mean, they have a smoke. This is a surprising maneuver with no smoke if they're going any further than the Wisdom.
They at least feel like they can go for the Wisdom. Pure steps out a bit, hits the creep wave.
Okay, there's the smoke.
Pure backs out again. Yeah, a little bit of a strange one here, trying to make this move. They're maybe hoping to catch Ame up top.
They're trying to fake that they're like going bottom or something, I think, and hoping to catch someone farming up here under the assumption that they're not moving on this part of the map.
The creep wave is going to move into the base, though.
Oh, they don't just go for it. I thought he might just jump X success right there.
Not
they didn't
Opti2.
believe.
There's creeps in the tier 4s. You've got to know this. They're moving in. They're going to find Xnova here to the side.
Oh, the blink.
He gets away. And
That
now
was a pure greed blink to go for the wisdom, by the way. You know.
Xnova gets it. Bushwhack not going to connect. Xnova is found.
This is deep.
This is not where you want to be. GPK might just need to run. They want to find something, anything here, but it's not going to happen. And so BB have to back away. They will lose save.
Abort.
And XG find themselves another pickoff.
Yeah, GPK actually has no TP right now. He's grabbing these Lotuses, chomping them down.
Got to get back home somehow. And in the meantime, Orochi, a quick spawn. It goes into their favor. Maxed out anti-mage now. Fully 6-slotted.
Okay, so we already have a shard on the DP. I mean, we already have refresher orbs in queue. Just thank you. I get to get myself a refresher shard. That's great.
Dude, Pure, you got to buy it, man.
I think it's time.
He's got 10K gold.
He's got 6K surplus. Like, damn it.
Oh. It's so risky, though. You know that, like...
Isn't it better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all, Gabe?
I don't know. I've never been at the TI before. That's a tough one. 16-11, and Pure not going to pull the trigger on it. I mean, to be fair, it's really hard to run into that area now. You can't do it.
No, that's true.
And is going to be sending the Oracle Courier up along the north side of the map.
I mean, all my reasoning is purely selfish.
Oh, yeah.
I will admit, I just want to see him buy one. I don't even know if it's good.
Ame hitting the tier 3. They force out the glyph. The banner is down. I mean, the damage is just not quite there. Pure showing for a second. Starts to hit away. The jump in. The Abyssal is there. But the Yules save. Nicely done with that Wind Waker. Pure completely out of mana. Save, but can he really do the damage that's needed? The Mana Void is out. The Grip is still there. Pure, he's going down. He doesn't stand a chance. Tries to blink out and get back to the well. Will he survive? Yes. Maybe a chance here for a turnaround. GPK making big moves for his team. Do they have enough to kill him, Ame? No! Ame, he stays alive.
Where's Pure?
XM jumps in. Pure is back. Trying to hit onto XM there, but it's not enough damage. They take down the racks. They find their targets. Mega Creep! Pure, you're out of here! Get gone, sir! As they find him there. A buyback, though. They need everything and a bit more. At this moment, they will find 2 kills, but you gotta get more than that. BB team hoping to get the chase down onto Ame, but he's not quite there. Off to the side. They know which way he went. The silence is there. The jump from GPK, but he can't go. Mana Void is back up.
He's out of juice. He can't keep going. Now Pure's going to buy the Rapier. He's decided it's time.
Oh, they've got to do it now. I mean, it's way too much to deal with here, but they do have a Rapier on the TA, but it is Megas.
60 minutes as well, so they can take this time now to grab some neutrals. They have not had a lot of opportunities over the past while, being locked in their base.
21,000 gold lead for XG. Mega creeps. But it doesn't mean this game is over. With a Rapier in hand, with the potential for more buybacks, it's not completely over. Because you still have buybacks on Storm, on Sand King, and on Hoodwink.
Yeah, GBK is, of course, a very annoying hero when you're going high ground. If Storm buys back, just instantly right back into the fight with this big AoE pull.
Just when the helms are gone, the Books of the Dead come back out.
Yeah, perfect. Just what we need.
Dude, are they going mass Book of the Dead?
How many have they got? We got an Outworld staff. We got a couple so far.
Yeah, another one that evolved for the Earthshaker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, plus 40 strength. That's nice.
Storm actually keeping the Whisper of the Dread and going for Timeless. So he's just looking for that max spell damage that he can possibly do.
It's just the pull,
Spider Legs instead of Helm of the Undying for Pure.
Okay, yeah. Trying to open up, obviously, the slot with the the Rapier's already there, and wants the Refresher, which he now has. So a lot of pressure on that one. There is a Helm of the Undying, though, going over to the Bane.
Snapfire picking up the Stygian along with the debuff.
All right. GPK refilling. The side of XG moving up the mid lane behind some mega creeps. XXS, he's lurking, baby.
They've got all of theirs right now on XG. Still only 2 on the Dire. And a refresher picked up now for Pure on top of everything else. Control onto GPK. GPK in trouble. Save. Now the pullback. There's the Burrow Strike. How much do they have in the tank? He's gone. Ame, 1 life. GPK gonna go back to Fountain. That was a very good hold.
XXS is waiting, though. If they try again, the Shaker lurks.
Save, picking up a Divine Regalia, so he's actually going to have some damage now, potentially. Coming out from that Sharpshooter.
Is it enough to save their towers, though? They're going down quick.
Yeah, they need to come back in. The Books of the Dead, Miero, very, very low as he killed off those creeps. They find him now on a Xingqiu, but there's the jump. GPK able to back away. Roach low, but Pure! Oh, XXS! He did it to him! GG is called! They have had enough! XG! Come in, wait for their timing.
Did they ever wait?
And end that game.
They waited.